Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. I am very excited to say that today we are reacting to another Asaf Avidan. I've only heard one of his songs so far and it really got me pumped. It was unexpected. He was screaming into his guitar. He had these amazing pedal sounds. His voice was so unique. It really got me excited. And I'm a little sleepy this morning and I'm hoping that it's going to give me that coffee boost to listen to him again and really get me going for the rest of the day, because the last one, my energy levels were way up after hearing it. Now, this was another request from Buy Me a Coffee. If you'd like to make a request yourself, the link is in the description and in the comments. And I've got about like 5 or 6 outstanding Asaf Avidan requests. And don't worry, I will be getting to every single one of them, I promise. I'm very excited to do so. I've just been getting myself organized, lots of different things going on. But he is very high up on my priority list because the guy is just exciting and very talented musically, you know. And I always love to be surprised when I'm listening to music. There's nothing more boring than standard song structure, standard key signatures and standard keys, and you know, like they have their place and they're great. I'm not dissing it, but you get to a certain point when you've listened to so much music, you want the mystery, you want the magic, you want you want eyebrows to be raised, you know. And I think Asaf is really bringing that. So I'll stop talking. Let's start listening. Straight away, not what you expect at all. So what we have here is, I didn't even know he could play piano, and what he is playing is a sort of waltz. So what is a waltz, first of all? Because it's a word you've probably heard a lot, but like, what actually is it? A waltz is actually a dance, and it's a dance where it's a partner dance where you both kind of rotate around the dance floor, right? But there's a rhythm to it. And the rhythm is the time signature of 3/4. And I've talked about time signatures before in reaction videos, but I don't think I've ever actually really explained what they are. So just to kind of break it down, 4/4 is also known as common time. And most songs you will ever hear are in 4/4, right? And you count them like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 beats per bar, right? So, you know, if you're playing guitar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's the most simple kind of timing progression. But 3/4, that's 3 beats per bar, but it's 3 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's how we dance a waltz. And so that's what he's playing here, and it has this waltz kind of feeling. You can imagine a couple dancing a waltz to this straight away. It has a very charming, old school kind of feeling to it, and I think that's matched with his look, with the braces and the tie and the shirt and the high-waisted trousers. I think, you know, he's portraying a certain feeling of there's what's the word? Anachronism? Acronism? No, anachronism. I'll get back to you on that. Basically meaning kind of bringing the old world into the modern, as I understand it. So let's crack on and hear some more of that. I love this change here when he goes into this. You don't often hear a piano being looped like this. You sometimes might hear keyboards being looped, doing more synthesizer kind of sounds, but it's very rare you hear a grand piano like this. I didn't actually catch what he's playing. I don't know if it's a Yamaha or a Steinway. I love the aesthetic of the background as well. It's this full feeling and image you're getting. It's really grandiose and royal, isn't it? But yeah, this transition here where he goes from this kind of bouncy kind of waltz into this flowing, warm, it feels more straight and more serious. He goes from playful to serious here, and that's kind of the change. And it's really, really effective. Once again, his vocals are reminding me of Jeff Buckley a lot. I'm really getting that kind of feeling. But I just love the fun he has with everything he's doing, and the Jerry Lee Lewis style, you know, kind of like running down the piano. If you don't know Jerry Lee Lewis, he was a kind of a rock and roll pioneer back in the 50s, along with Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and he would play piano. He did goodness gracious, great balls of fire, da 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 da, and he would like play the piano with his foot. And Asaf is giving me some of that Jerry Lee Lewis kind of energy, you know. It's wild, and I wouldn't put it past him to just stand on his piano and just start stomping on the keys. You know what I mean? He's got that same kind of freedom that Jerry Lee Lewis had, and that same kind of fire in him. You know, that's it with Asaf. He's full of fire, isn't he? Let's hear some more. Let's hear some more. Oh, it's so great.
No more, can you see me crawling? I know you know what my feet are. No more, can you hear me calling? No more, can you see me crawling? I know you know what my feet are. No more, can you hear me calling? No more, can you see me crawling? I know you know what my feet are. No more, can you hear me calling? No more. You've been my shadow. I'll be your when rain comes. You've been my shadow. I'll be your
Oh man, there was a helicopter going low over me then. I don't know if that came through on the microphone or not. I hope not. He wasn't just sat there on one of those old keyboards that plays like helicopter noises and stuff as well. Though I wouldn't put it past him, you know, a little bit of FX, why not? Man, I got lost in that. I realised, I was like, oh, I haven't paused in a while. I haven't talked. I just got really sucked into the music. I love that he's wearing one shoe. You know, Michael Jackson started it out with the one glove, one shoe, you know, taking it to the next level, I think. Obviously, the reason for the one shoe is so he has better control over the pedals. I don't know how much control you really need, unless he's like fiddling with the knobs with his toes, like actually changing things on there. I don't know. But, you know, it's clearly more comfortable for him. What a journey that was. And it was really... Speaking on the pedals, it's just masterful use of looping. It's taking it rather than just kind of layering things up and having this kind of canon of things building. As it started out with loop music, it's just like, oh, here's a beat, here's the bass, here's some harmonies in the background, and now here comes the chords, and then I'm gonna loop some vocals, you know, and it kind of just builds and builds and builds. He will kind of... He'll layer a couple of things and then take them away and then build them up more, and he's in and out with it, and a lot of concentration must go into that because there's a lot of moving parts in what he's doing, and it's not... He does it so masterfully that to the listener, to the observer, it just kind of flows. It seems very relaxed, very casual, whereas I wonder if it's a little bit like a duck on the water in terms of he's sort of gliding along very gracefully, but underneath his feet are kind of paddling away. In his mind, he's like, okay, I've got, at the end of this, I've got to hit this pedal, this pedal, this pedal, and then I've got to jump back into these chords here. So it was really nice to hear him on piano. I wonder how many instruments he can play, because... helicopter's back. It really... I feel like he's one of those guys that can probably play anything to a very high standard. I'm so excited to carry on this journey with him and hear more. He's becoming one of my favourite people. There's just something about his energy and his music that just really, really grabs me and as I say, it excites me. Very, very creative, very unique. He's just 10 out of 10, isn't he? Yeah, if you want to know more about time signatures and things like that, you have a little Google on it, have a play around. Try as well, when you're listening to a song, try counting. You know, where does it kind of resolve and start again? The first ever song that wasn't in common time in 4/4 that made it into the charts was Money by Pink Floyd. And did that go to #1, actually? I'm not sure. It was a long time, it was long before I was born. But that song is in 5/4, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dung 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 dung. Oh no, it's not. It's in 7. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go away and work that out again. It's in 5. Anyway, I'm gonna go and figure that out now. Let me know in the comments, what time signature was Money in? Did it go to #1? And let me know what you thought of this song. I thought it was just wonderful, and the aesthetic, his voice, the piano playing, the loop pedal. There was so much going on musically, though. I will say, me personally, because I'm so musically focused, I didn't get all the lyrics, really. I got very sucked into the musicality of it. I may have to go through it again, but we can also chat in the comments about what the subject was, because I really did get caught up in the magic of what he was playing there. But, you know, some people kind of say this about my videos sometimes. You didn't talk about the lyrics. Sometimes I really do. Sometimes it's the main thing I talk about. But it is Composer Reacts. I am mostly composing to the music, and lyrics will kind of be a bonus. There are many, many vocalists, vocal coaches, lyricists, therapists, all sorts of reactors out there. If you want lyrical breakdowns, those are your people to go to. If you want music, come over to me. And especially on days when I can remember what time signature money is in. As I say, it's early in the morning. My brain is not fully active yet. I hope this has been educational and made sense to you, or made sense to anybody at all. I really, really enjoyed that. If you would like to request a reaction, I have a Buy Me a Coffee. We also have a YouTube membership. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my reactions. And as always, guys, take care. Peace and love.